the CBC Evening News.
Very good evening. I'm Lisa Broom with the Thursday, July 9th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, the Inter-American Development Bank has approved a $200 million loan for Barbados. It's part of the new country strategy for the 2015 to 2018 period. Ryan Broom has more.
The new country strategy, with loans totaling over US $200 million, is designed to restore sustainable growth in Barbados' economy over a 4-year period. According to the IDB, it places greater emphasis on the foreign currency earning sectors and aims to contribute to the mitigation of risks from external shocks like changes in commodity prices, natural disasters, and the impact of climate change. Significant attention is also being given to support private sector competitiveness and improve efficiency in service delivery within the public sector. Now, the 4 priority sectors to boost growth in the economy are tourism, transportation and logistics, energy, and integrated coastal zone management and climate resilience. Public sector modernization and social protection and labor markets are also earmarked for strategic interventions during the 2015 to 2018 period. The selection of these priority sectors reflects areas in which the IDB and government can most readily engage to support growth. Overall, the IDB contributed US $242 million to the Barbados economy over the period 2009 to 2013 and is currently the largest multilateral partner supporting its public sector investment program. Ryan Broom, CBC News.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, officials from the Barbados Investment Development Corporation and the National Union of Public Workers have finally come together to discuss the proposed retirement of just over a dozen workers at the BIDC. The issue has already seen 2 phases of industrial action. Today, officials from both organizations were seen making their way into government's Warren's Labour Office to discuss the way forward. The meeting followed Monday's march by public sector employees and a strike by Sanitation Service Authority employees. The SSA strike yesterday forced the postponement of a number of burials. Those have now resumed. However, garbage collections have not. This action, all in a show of support for 13 retired BIDC workers at age 60. Acting General Secretary of the NUPW, Rosalind Smith, says she has an open mind and is hoping for the best. She, however, remains adamant there will be no major compromise on her part.
We had 3 options on the when we met with the minister. 1, we requested an apology for the disrespect shown to the union. 2, we asked that the letters be rescinded. And 3, if they're not rescinded, pay the workers until they reach age 67. Those are our 3 main issues, and we're not detracting from those.
CEO of the BIDC, Sonja Trotman, is refusing to comment until the talks are completed. Now, arriving moments later from Cabinet was Minister of Labour, Senator Dr. Esther Bayer, who will chair the meeting. She says she remains hopeful a resolution will soon be reached.
I'm late. I'm late. That's the only comment right now. Fingers crossed.
Well, it was quite a scare for residents in Westbury Road, St. Michael early this morning as fire threatened homes in the densely populated community. Quick action by firefighters helped to contain the blaze for the most part to an unoccupied house at Fitz Gap. 2 other nearby homes received minor damage. The fire service responded to the call at 5:24 a.m. with 2 tenders, 1 water tanker and 8 fire officers under the command of Station Officer Denton Foster. An eyewitness, Fitzgerald Moore, gives his account of what occurred.
I smell the fire, and I just bought. I get the hose, started at the place, and that was it. I have about 5:15 a.m. this morning.
Also on the scene this morning was Speaker of the House of Assembly, Michael Carrington. He expressed relief that no lives were lost, but he wants homeowners in areas like these to consider home insurance.
We also have to be grateful that it didn't get out of hand and spread to other structures because, you know, I keep saying that we have a problem in these areas where the houses are too closely situated. I don't believe, I have no indication that insurance was in place, and I would like to repeat the call for people to make an effort to insure the houses. I understand that insurance is fairly reasonable when it comes to these housing insurance, you know. And I just want to encourage people to ensure that the properties are insured.
There's a suggestion that babies should be tested for hearing issues. Senator John Watson says it would allow some of the problems which often occur at later stages to be detected early. He was speaking during yesterday's Senate debate on a resolution to lease land to the Rotary Club of Barbados South for the construction of a facility for children with disabilities.
There are lots of children who go into primary school and are deemed to be bad behaved or deemed to be unruly because really and truly they're not hearing, but nobody knows that they're not hearing. And it's very difficult to know that somebody is not hearing unless they're given a test or they say so themselves. And very few people who have that disability admit to it.
And with over 30,000 people estimated to having some type of disability in Barbados, he says a business center for and operated by the disabled can be set up.
It is possible, Madam President, to create a center for people with disabilities, a business center managed and operated by all people with disabilities. And I am sure that the details of that can be worked out because it's not impossible. I think that there's a register, if I'm not mistaken, at the disabilities unit with the people who are disabled in Barbados and their capabilities.
We'll have more news in just a moment. Stay with us.
Dear Clark, I've made a fascinating discovery, the institutional water cooler. Its gravitational pull sucks people from their workstations at the busiest times of day to stand around it and chat about emerging global trends like, will pink be in fashion next season? Meanwhile, the world slows to a stop as it waits in line to be served. I don't see that trend at Globe Finance.
Globe Finance. Think outside the bank.
When it comes to their financial service, slow is out, swift is in.
The time is near for the world's greatest soca event, the Flow Soca on the Hill at the Folly Hill National Park, Barbados. Come see the Queen of Bacchanal, Destra, Lil Rick, Ricardo Drew, RPB, Biggie Irie, Skinny Fabulous, Soca Sensations, Leadpipe and Status, Benjai, King Bubba FM, and still the best of Crop Over 2015 still to come. Get your early bird tickets now from official box offices before the price goes up. Sunday, July 19th, the Flow Soca on the Hill.
More great cities just got closer. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard is now even better. Fly to New York, Miami, Orlando, and Fort Lauderdale with just 20,000